sometimes just have to go with what you
Accept
believe
your
in.
flaws. We are not perfect. No one is
So,
perfect.
don't forget the values
If you
that
feel
you even have just
yourself,
because you want to suit.
accept your.
Diary, I am your host, Ivan Mapevagwada, and with me today is Alison the Poet, aka the Black Child. How are you, my guy?
I'm okay. Not knowing about you.
I'm good.
Amazing.
Yeah, thank you very much for coming through for our podcast.
Thank you so very much for having me as well.
Yeah. Yes. So on today's episode, we are talking about the impact of social media on young people. But before we go in the topic of discussion, as you know, our discussion or our conversation is all about childhood, the growth diary. So we would want to know from our guests how their childhood was, what lessons they learned from their childhood, and how their childhood has impacted or helped them to become the man they are today. So the Black Child, we'll be calling you the Black Child today. So what can you say about your childhood?
I think there are a lot of things that I can say about my childhood, but I'll just try to break them down and then connect them to my career that I'm doing right now. So I think my childhood has been very shallow, I can say, and it has been very, very challenging. First of all, growing up was in a home where you just respect traditional norms, and also you try to get to go through where everyone has gone through. Ngati vamai vako venze vakuchechi maningi ufunika kukhala wakuchechi, ngati vandani vako venze uchita usoja ufunika kukhala msoja. You get that narrative. And so for me, just to choose my own career was very difficult. I'll just connect it to my career. For me to choose what I'm doing right now was very, very challenging, because I turned out to be the first person to actually choose to be a journalist. And my childhood has been that of media, and I've also wanted to always be a cool presenter. And just me to overcome that, especially in my family, was a bit more challenging. That's just like I said. So fast forward, boom, 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 boom. When I got done with my secondary school, actually I remember I told mom that I'm going to do journalism. Then she was like, "There's no money for journalism, and you can't do journalism. No one has ever done journalism in my family." I was like, "Okay, cool, I'm going to do it." Then she was like, "Okay, proceed. It's your own. You're going to do that." And then you understand the narrative of if a parent tells you to say proceed like that, she may be bakutakata like that. You understand? Yeah. But I never gave up, and then I just continued, because my history from secondary school has always been I wanted to do something related to me being artistic and things like that. So that's how I indulged myself into graphic designing, into movie production, into content creation, that's digital, and also Facebook manager. So right now I'm doing a lot of media works and a lot of things that are related to media, and also things that are related to production. And I've been featuring in a number of productions, Zuba to mention, and I've also done productions that have featured on New Metro and other related production items. So I think it's a bit more of, it's a lot, but just to cut it short.
I said, look, that's a big CV.
Yeah.
Oh, before I come to talk much about media, I would also ask, like, if today you was given an opportunity to go back to your childhood, say you become a child again, would you agree or not? And if you would agree, what's that one thing you'd want to relive again? And what's that one thing you'd want to change about your childhood?
This question. Okay, first of all, if I was to choose that I go back to my childhood, I think the bad thing that I would regret is that I will not have my girlfriend right now. Yes.
She's loved that. Hopefully she watched this episode.
Yeah, hopefully I would not have. I wouldn't even know that I'm going to meet my girlfriend currently right now, because my girlfriend.
She's also into media.
Yeah, she is into media, and she's my biggest inspiration. And I admire her works and stuff like that. But yeah, that's my biggest fear. I would lose my girlfriend if I was to go back to my previous childhood. But anyway, something that I would love to change in my childhood, it will be I got so bullied. Yeah, I was bullied a lot, and just you trying to make sure that you pull up your socks and concentrate on your dreams was very hard for me.
Yeah.
And I figured out how to handle bullying when I was way older. So if I was to go back to my childhood, I think I would gather myself, I would gather courage of me trying to get to myself. If people bullied me at primary school, obviously I cried, and I also thought maybe dying would be okay like that. But right now I figured how to handle these tortures. So if going back to childhood, I'll just gather myself and say, even if you bully me, I know how it is. You understand? Yeah. I would change that narrative of me trying to cry and everything like that. So I think that's what I would change. Yeah, and one thing I love about my childhood is that I think I was admired with I don't know, people said I did things courageously. So I loved that. People used to tell me to say, no, you start a company, it's going to grow. I used to get a lot of motivation. Yeah. I think that also helped me. That's one thing I loved. If I was to go back, I would also love that. Yeah.
So Alison, the black child, just want to understand the black child. Where did that name come from? I'm just curious about the name, the black child. Because we are all black children.
Yes.
Like, why only you?
Okay, so growing up, I was addressed as Harrison the Poet because I do poetry, and I used to act a lot. So my stage name was Harrison the Poet. And so when I expanded in my works, I had a manager. A manager came through, and we signed a lot of things. And then at the end of the day, my manager was like, Harrison the Poet seems as if people who want to get you for something, it's just that thing where they think you only do poems.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, this is not okay, this is not cool, I need to come up with a name. And then coming up with a name as a brand is not so easy. So what I did was, okay, Bantu Magamandi no black. Why not I fuse in the black and stuff like that? And then also I looked at Sif Panga sense. Yeah. So if people call me black, and then I should Sif Panga sense. But again, it popped up to say, Harrison the black child. Okay, what does the black child mean? Okay, so the black child for me, it symbolizes the feature of me being an African, the symbol of me being a Zambian, to make the matters worse. So if you call me Harrison the black child, obviously it's that thing whereby you get to understand to say, okay, he's from Africa, he's proud of his nature, and he's also able to face challenges just like blacks do, because we are differentiated from other things. We're able to adapt to this hot sun, you get. So it's just the nature of me being African that makes the name Harrison the black child.
You know, I feel you, because at some point I was changing my voice. I was like, you can't call yourself Bagwata the voice. What's that voice?
Yeah, exactly.
So like, brand yourself very well. I was like, okay, then I'll just remain Bagwata.
Yeah.
So you talked about experiencing a lot of bullying, and you talked about being good on social media management, content creation, and bringing the two together, marrying them together, and looking at the topic of our discussion. Maybe my first question would be, do you feel social media right now is impacting our young people, our young society, positively or negatively?
I think for now, social media is really doing a great job in trying to expose us to different opportunities and different activities that we can do as young people. So what I can say is that it depends with the level of you and the social media platform that you are using. So if you go to maybe in different institutions, they will tell you to say ChatGPT is helping us a lot. But if you go to other areas, they'll tell you to say ChatGPT is making you feel lazy. So what I'm trying to say is that social media, depending on how you get it and how you understand it, is how it's going to impact you. So for me, social media is impacting me positively, because I'm able to use social media to expose my works. I'm able to use social media to also showcase what I can do as Harrison the Black Child. So videos, I edit my videos, my films that I edit, I post on social media. So that exposes me to different opportunities, and it also exposes me to different people that are looking out for my works. And then on the other aspect, if maybe I'm depressed that day, and then I want to find ways on how I can kill myself, social media will help you. It will help you to search for those videos that are going to help you kill yourself.
Yeah.
So you get what I'm trying to say. It's just that it depends with how you are using social media. Social media right now is impacting us positively and negatively. It's just you an individual. What are you looking for on that social media? What's your main aim of you logging onto that Facebook or that YouTube or that Chrome? What are you using social media for? Okay, so it's a 50-50 thing. Yeah.
Looking at you are someone who's very experienced, and you are going there on social media, as you said, to share your content. But there is a young brother out there who's just going there because it's social media. You know?
Yeah.
They're just being introduced to it. So maybe, what advice you do give them? How can they stand outside the noise of social media, because it's a lot happening there?
Stay focused. One thing I will tell you is that you are only unique according to your capabilities, your determination, and focus. So the uniqueness in you is how you bring out yourself. So I cannot be the same with you, Vagwada, because the way you do, maybe the way you do other things, I can't do it like that. You get? So it's just that thing whereby if you are determined, focused, nothing is going to shake you. Even me, I go on social media. Before I go to my page, before I post on other people's pages that I manage, I will find destructive things. You get? But at the end of the day, I'll remind myself to say, okay, I came here to post something on my Facebook, and I'll switch my mind like that. Distractions are there, and distractions distract everyone, but it just depends on your focus, your level of determination to how you want to use social media. So that's my biggest advice. And as a young person, always make sure to fuse into things when you're doing your daily activities. That's pemperona hard work, because when you just hard work, you're just hard working and stuff like that without prayer, it won't take you anywhere. Again, if you're only praying without hard work, it won't take you anywhere. So fuse into things, pemperona hard work. As a young person, it will help you to stay focused, it will help you to stay determined and achieve your goals at the end of the day.
Wow, that's really, really powerful. Listen, solid, Black Child.
Yes,
yeah,
Black
that
Child.
one is my favorite. Oh yeah. So I would want to know, like, do you feel having everything on social media is okay? You know, the negative and the positive. There's a balance. What do you feel about that? If you were to change anything on social media, like, what do you think social media should be like? If you are the one who was to create it,
I would just leave it the way it is, because those negative things that are destructive on social media, it's actually people who post. So I think I wouldn't want to change anything, because social media accommodates everyone. If I try to put on maybe Nikechema video educating, remember, not everyone goes there to find education.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I will just leave it an open platform. It's up to you. Actually, if I just put something that is educating, Sembe, we are not okay. I wouldn't think Sembe Timagenza straight, because we only think straight because of the negative things that you find on social media. So I'll just leave it like that, whereby it's up to you to balance. Because in as much as Tima, we can watch educative videos, but we need a break, and that break, it includes the music videos that we see and stuff like that. So if we try to change anything, I think I would just leave it plain like that.
yeah, it's like you are in my mind. You just talked of break when that's the thing I really wanted to talk to you about.
Oh yeah.
What do you think about a person going off media for some time? Like, at what level should someone say, okay, for now, let me just stay away for some times? And when they do stay away, what things should they do? Or you yourself, have you ever stayed away from social media? And when you did, what were you doing so that you don't go back to it until the time you had saved?
As a digital content creator, I think I did that. I stayed away when we closed our schools, and I think I had stipulated some plans to say, when I stay off social media, I'm going to do this is for me to get back on my feet. Because I think the reason why I took a break on social media is that I was handling something that never required me to be online, because I do a lot of graphic designings and video production, just like I said. So immediately I'm online, people will give me work to do. So I needed that break for me to take care of my personal life, that my personal environment, where I have to, because I felt I ran out of track. So I needed to get myself back on track. And so just draw down the things that you want to sort out when you go out to social media. You can't just go out of social media and then you're just seated. I'm waiting maybe per Tuesday so that I get back on social media. No. Sort out, if you want to sort out some things, it's okay. Take a break from social media. It's very important. I actually advise. It's always important. Maybe quarterly, you just go out of social media, or maybe for 2 days or 3 days or a week, whatever days that you can manage. Make sure you have your personal life out of social media at times. It's very important. It will help you come up with multiple solutions and also achievable goals.
Yeah, as you heard, it's very important sometimes to go off social media, especially maybe if you've experienced so much bullying, so much peer pressure there. Just take some time, relax, check your life, get everything in check, then go back there. And always remember to share positive things. We know it's a free world and everyone is allowed to do everything, but it does you well if you leave something positive there. It's not just for you, even for those people who are coming after you. So maybe Alison the Black Child, before we close or before I close, do you have any last word, anything you want to share, and how people can reach you and the works you're doing?
Okay, so first of all, I will begin with word of advice to young people. You see, make sure that you have a strong social media platform that is exposing your works, because trust me, this digital era that we are in, it's a point whereby even if you apply for something physically, they will tell you to say, what's your social media handle? And I've experienced this. The time I was joining UNICEF, they required me to have a strong social media, a positive social media platform that I can be using to advocate for young people. So just have a strong social media. Don't always share memes on social media. Whatever you find that is abusive, you also share. For as long as it's a meme, don't do that. You regret at the end of the day. So have a strong social media platform that you get to even be your reference wherever you're going to go. And as a young person, focus, be determined, note down the dreams that you want to achieve. Tick. This year I want to do 4 things. What? Maybe I want to get a nice job. When you get a job, tick. It will help you in also monitoring and evaluating how your life is. So that will very much help you. But then at the end of the day, it's dependent on a hard work. Fusing 2 things, you are on the good road to success, and determination is what makes up a young person, and that is what determines you from other people. I'm on YouTube, Harrison the Black Child TV. It's a television where I get to post my films and other stuff that I do. On Facebook, it's Harrison the Black Child. Instagram, it's Harrison the Black Child. And LinkedIn, it's Harrison the Black Child. So all my social media platforms, it's Harrison the Black Child, except YouTube, which is Harrison the Black Child TV.
There you have it, but I don't know why I've not even featured in any of his films. You know that I'm good at acting, right?
No, you didn't make it. You didn't make it official. Now you've made it official. So our next project, expect yourself.
Maybe I'm not marketing myself online.
Obviously.
Yeah. Thank you very much for joining us today. We was talking about the impact of social media on young people, how young people can use social media to better their lives, to promote their careers and everything to